I had a real respect for Gangsta and the stories I heard about him, but that leave with me. I have no type of respect for him anymore.
What's good, RIZZLE fam? Earlier this year, news of Terrance Williams, better known by his street name Gangsta, getting released from prison, hit the public. It was quite a surprise since he was initially supposed to be serving life. The fact that he was out like that was a little sus for many, implying that he may have snitched to get released. Because of that, we saw Lil Boosie completely destroy Gangsta for telling on his homies. So who is Gangsta, and what did he do to piss off Boosie so hard? So let's get straight into it. So Terrance Gangsta Williams is Birdman and Slim's half-brother. You probably know them as Cash Money record label founders. Gangsta was a big name in the streets of Orlando during the 90s. He was a member of a street gang called Hot Boys from New Orleans. Their gang name served as inspiration for the music group that was also called Hot Boys and was signed to Birdman's Cash Money. Baby Gangsta, or BG, who was a member of the music group, even took his name after Gangsta. As a youngin', Gangsta was a known stepper. It's no secret that he's been heavily involved in the street life. It's said that Gangsta was responsible for helping out his brothers and their record label by giving them $100K when they needed it back in the 90s. Cash that he probably made through illegal means. Be that as it may, his name could be heard in the songs a lot back then, and he was respected. See, Gangsta was a New Orleans kingpin. He was in charge of a number of people who were pushing dope. Gangsta was setting people up too. He and associates of his were plotting to take out members of a New York drug gang. That never happened since the feds managed to tap his phone and stop him in his tracks. Even though he claims that it wasn't rightful, Gangsta was slapped with charges of CCE, or continuing criminal enterprises, as well as solicitation for murder. He was given a sentence of life and another 20 years. However, in January 2022, Terrance Williams was released from prison after only serving 20 years of a life sentence. So how'd he get out if he was given life sentence? First, he was resentenced to 27.5 years, and then, because he probably did something to help the government out, he was released early. Now, there's no official confirmation of that ever taking place since his record has been sealed, but that doesn't mean people won't know what's really going on. People don't just get out of jail like that without cooperation. Here's what Gangsta had to say about it.
Oh, and I also gave him some murders with Sterling and Dooney. So some of my people that I'm at odds with now, even BG was upset about it too. Cause they was like, man, you tell it on the dead. I didn't look at it like at the time. I was like, well, this is a way I can get up out of prison. I'm not testifying on no one, I'm gonna give him this here, they're gonna cut my time, cool.
As you can see, Gangsta was quite honest with what he did. He helped close a couple of murders, and that made the judge release him early. Gangsta didn't see anything wrong with that, and neither does a whole bunch of people. He's been met with a lot of support. After 20+ years, he had an opportunity to come home by telling on his dead friends. I don't think there's one person in these comments that's been through 20 years of Fed time, so please stop saying what you would or wouldn't do. This is not the same person that left. He's a young street dude. At his age, he doesn't care about no street codes. He wanted to come home and didn't send anybody to prison from what I understand. I ain't mad about how he got back. Enjoy the rest of your life, Gangsta, and help these kids not make the same mistakes you made. Another comment wrote, man, I'm with you, Big U, on this when it comes to telling on the dead. What are they gonna do, dig him up and put him on trial? They can't do nothing to his homie, and it helped him come home faster. I bet if his homie could talk from the dead, he'd be cool with him telling him that if it meant getting home sooner. However, he also knows that he told on somewhat, and from his point of view, tellin is tellin. He sat down and talked with the popos, and he understands that it might cause a lot of people who grew up with it to feel resentment. Where he's from, you don't do that stuff. Birdman felt that way, BG felt that way, and so did Boosie Badass. Boosie used to have respect and praise for Gangsta, but that all changed. Now things are looking way different. Boosie noticed right away that Gangsta's story isn't 100. There's something more to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't believe that Vlad that he just did that and all that. Like, he's not no, what he gonna get for that? Like, I don't believe that. I had a real respect for Gangsta and the stories I heard about him, but that leave with me. I have no type of respect for him anymore. You haven't seen the paperwork. He could be telling you that just to be telling you that on fucking camera. Right. He about to set up 100 motherfuckers. That's how that shit go, man. You stay solid. Some of us gonna make it, some of us ain't. That's just how it gonna be. You know what I'm saying? You can take that gangster shit off your name, man. Real shit, man. That shit hurt me when I heard about that shit.
Boosie believes the gangster snitched not only on the dead homies, but a bunch of other folks too. There's no way that they'd get him out just for helping close a few cases. There's more to it, and he's certain of it. But mostly Boosie lost respect for Gangsta because there were a lot of people in jail who stood up for Gangsta while he was behind bars. He told on the folks that were willing to go down for him. No respect for that. In Boosie's view, Gangsta is not a person everyone in New Orleans made him to be. He mentioned him in one of his Instagram stories and how he owes the people from his city an apology. This is what he said.
It's choices we make in life, and you made that choice to ruin all the relationships with your people, with everybody, because so many people glorified you, bro. Now that shit with, bro, and all I can say is, bro, do if a told you that nigga lying, I'm gonna stand up, nigga, I'll be all, bro. And one more thing, bro. You need to apologize, bro, for all them niggas that rode from that city, that fought for you up there, bro. All the steppers who name affiliated with your name, you need to apologize, bro.
Boosie ain't alone in this thing. Some believe he had every right to be disappointed and upset. One comment wrote, "I only respect it coming from Boosie because he's facing the death penalty and he stood on everything he said he would. Solving some of those unsolved murders can definitely open up some old wounds in the city. You putting that man's people in jeopardy. They obviously can't get the actual killer because he's dead. Now cousins, brothers, kids have to watch their backs." And another dude is right up there with him. His comment goes, "Finally, somebody who has some sense. I said the same thing. They're not gonna let him free to give up people that are already dead. He gave up people that are alive. I'm pretty sure there's a couple people in jail because of him. Boosie is a smart one." As you see, Boosie might actually be onto something. Gangsta is a bit sus here, but Gangsta himself did see Boosie's reaction and he had to reply for him. This is what Gangsta said.
Hear it in your voice that you sound like a scorned fan. Always remember this. You can hide history, but you cannot erase history. So whether I'm in your book or not, it is what it is, bro, for a street side.
To top it off, Terrance said that he doesn't care about whether or not he made it in anyone's book. The only book he cares about is the Quran, since he's a religious person, and that's what matters to him. Gangsta also called Boosie out for not getting his facts straight. He found respect for him in the past thanks to rumors, and he lost respect for him now also because of rumors. How does that make sense? It's a bunch of hearsay, according to Gangsta.
Because you would say on one hand you had respect for me with all the stories you heard in the streets. That's why you had the respect for me. However, you lost respect for me because of the rumors of what you're hearing now. So which is it? It's like you picking how you want to feel. And I understand it. You have a right to do that.
One more thing that was unclear to Gangsta was this. Why does Boosie think he can tell him something about street life? He's a rapper who barely had anything to do with the streets. Plus, he's got no right telling him to change his name. He said,
"Who are you to tell me what I can do? Bro, you from Baton Rouge, an hour from me. You know you must qualify to speak on me, man. Stay in your lane. Stay in the rap lane, matter of fact. You not even a street dude. The dudes that you speak on in Angola, my homies that love me still to this day, always remember this, bro. Whenever somebody say they love you, if they truly love you from day one, no matter what you do or what you go through, they're gonna still love you regardless."
In the end, Gangsta also had a little thank you for Boosie since he's been monetized now and all this beefing is actually good for his numbers. Boosie just made another check for Gangsta and he appreciates that. There's nothing else he can tell about him. Gangsta's a free man now and that's all he cares about. It's been 23 years and 10 months behind bars that taught him that people are gonna believe whatever they want to believe. Who is he to convince others of what is true and what isn't? If he was thinking about that all the time, he would never get any rest. It looks like Gangsta doesn't want to beef with anyone. He just wants to enjoy his freedom and he's happy to be alive and well. He clearly left his gangsta life behind and turned a new page. But what do y'all make out this whole situation? Do you think Boosie had a right to lash out at Gangsta for snitching? Was perhaps Gangsta the one who was right and Boosie just took it way too far? Let us know your opinion down below in the comments section. And as always, remember to keep it RIZZLE.